What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Hope you're all having a great weekend so far. We are back. This is bittersweet. I'm happy, but I'm sad to see this show go. It's the final season. Saints and Sinners, season 6, episode 1, Fruit of the Vine. Listen, I've been rocking with this show for 6 years. I've been loving it for 6 years. I wish it can go a little longer. But you know what they say, all good things must come to an end. Unfortunately, this show is at its end, but I am going to enjoy the hell out of this season while it is here. Um, First and foremost, shout out to the amazing cast. Vanessa Bell Calloway, Christian Keys, um, Clifton Powell, the whole cast, man. Shout out to everybody. The writers, the producers. This episode was one hell of a way to start a season. I will tell you that right now. That this show never disappoints me. If y'all watched my reviews last season, in the 5th season, you know this show never disappoints. And it ain't disappointing me now. You know what I'm saying? They are going out with a bang. I'm here for it. So let's get into this thing. A lot has changed since we last seen these group, of characters. It's been 5 months since the events of the season finale of season 5. Everybody's in a whole different place now than what they were 5 months ago. Some good, some not so good. And some are just probably stuck in the damn middle at this point. Josie. You know what's funny? And thank you, Nigel. Thank you so much. He hopped on Twitter. He was like, her name Josie. Because my ass was sitting there calling her Chelsea the whole damn time. Thank you for correcting me. Because I'm like, I don't know why I kept thinking Chelsea. For some damn reason, I had the name Chelsea on my brain. I'm sitting here tweeting, calling that girl Chelsea, Josie. I was totally here for Josie when it came to the whole Miles situation with her and Tim. Tim was tripping. Tim was tripping. When it came to this Miles situation. Um, I was totally on Josie's side because Tamara was definitely on one. Now she wants to come in and play this dutiful wife role and make medical decisions for Miles. Mind you, Miles is still in a coma. Um, he's been in a coma for 5 months ever since Victor got his boys to give him that beat down. So according to the doctor, like he's just now pretty much like healing, but he's still in this coma or whatnot. And Tim, found these doctors or whatever in Florida or whatever. So now she's talking about moving Upsurge's headquarters to Florida, moving her son to Florida, moving Miles to Florida and stuff like that. And Josie was not here for it. She was not, and I don't blame Josie because why all of a sudden Tim wants to play this role? Like you want to sit here and give a damn about Miles. Last season, she was spitting venom at Miles last season when she thought that he was the one that killed Malik. She should have known he ain't no murderer. Like now, mind you, I wouldn't put nothing past nobody, but she should have known that man ain't no killer. Like, come on now, you should know this. Like, she's so gullible about some things, and I'm like, girl, go sit down. Um, so now she want to make all these decisions and stuff, and telling Josie, oh well, you could visit him and stuff. Josie took that shit as an insult. She was like, visit him because Josie has been by Miles' side since day one. Throughout this whole medical ordeal, she's been near, while Tim pretty much has not. So now Tim want to throw her little money around and stuff now that she's the CEO of Upsurge, and Josie not having it. And I don't blame her. Because we all watched last season, Tim dogged the hell out of Miles. Now all of a sudden you want to be Team Miles now and try to look out for him? Well, he is my child's father. That didn't stop your ass from trying to get full custody of your child last season and take his son away. Like, come on. Now all of a sudden that's your child's father. Tim, go sit down. Um, but yeah, Josie was getting herself in all types of mess, especially with this Rex business. She should have known. She should have known better dealing with Rex. But I'm gonna get on that in a minute. So moving on from that, Levi is holding this little news junket or whatever, doing this little news press conference or whatever about the disappearance of Angela, and he talking about, oh, we're all praying for you. They got people outside with signs and stuff for Angela. Let me tell you something. If it was me, I would have left Angela ass wherever she is. That girl been a damn schemer since season 1. That girl ain't got no loyalty about her. She done made a lot of people in that town life a living hell, getting dirt on them for somebody else, just backbiting whoever she could just to make money. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, I don't knock the hustle, but that girl was conniving as hell and crazy as hell. So I don't miss her. I don't miss Angela ass at all, because in my opinion, she got what she deserved. Whatever happened to her, if she dead, whatever, she got what she deserved. Because that girl been plotting and scheming since the first season, and at some point, it all comes back on you. At some point, all builds up, and somebody gonna get you. Because Jabari, they done got him locked up. They won't let him out. They got Jabari all types of locked up. Behind this Angela mess. And, he was asking Paige, like, don't lie to me. Like, tell me you did not kill her. Like, you had nothing to do. Like, you didn't hurt her or nothing like that. Paige was like, I'm telling you the truth. I did not touch her. Technically, Paige is telling the truth and she lying at the same time. But technically, she's telling the truth because she didn't touch her. Physically, she didn't touch her. She had somebody else do that. She sick Ray Ray on her ass. But Jabari shouldn't even be mad at Paige though, because Ray Ray came to visit Jabari in prison and told him, like, well, you could thank your girl. He was like, you could thank Paige because you about to get up out of here. You being released. That little evidence that they had on you that mysteriously disappeared, and you could thank Paige for it. So Jabari pretty much put it together that Paige had something to do with what happened to Angela. Hopefully he not mad at her about it. He probably gonna be mad because she lied to him, or he felt like she lied. But in my opinion, you shouldn't even be mad at her, because Angela was a ticking time bomb. She was a hot mess. The girl was crazy, disloyal. She was coming after Jabari. At the end of the day, she wanted revenge on him. So be grateful that your wife had your back. Like, why would you be mad at her? Hopefully he not. So while Jabari was in prison, some old dude, I guess, who knew his father, some OG who knew his pops or whatever, was asking Jabari all these questions. Oh, you Jabari Morris? You used to run with Rex and stuff? He said, who the hell are you? I see, Jabari is me, because let me tell you something. Somebody walk up on me with that little stupid ass grin on their face asking my name and who I run with or who I used to run with. Listen, sir, get to the point and tell me who the hell you are before I knock you down. I will commit elder abuse in a minute. It's jokes. Don't cite me for that. It's jokes. But yeah, it's like I would have knocked that old man down. Like, don't become grinning up in my face like I know you. I don't know you, pops. Who is you? You better tell me who you are real quick. So Jabari was getting his workout in, out in the yard or whatever. Old man come up to him again. Oh, such and such was your pops. He was like, yeah, what about him? He said, shit, you probably know more about him than I do, because, Jabari dad died when he was, a preteen or whatever, like 12 years old. So he was like, my father went out like a G. He died like a G. The old man gonna sit there talking about, oh, your dad died like a punk. He went out like a punk. Baby, when I tell you, Jabari yoked that old ass man up. He grabbed that man. Jabari was about to knock that old man into heaven before it was his time. I'm telling you, he was about to whoop that old man ass. That old man better be grateful them guards pulled up when they did. Jabari was about to commit elder abuse. I'm just saying, he was about to hurt that man. He was about to do it. Because Jabari is curious now. He want to know what that man know about his pops. I think he about to find out about Rex, because we all know, thanks to Kendrick, that Rex had something to do with Jabari's father dying. I believe it was Rex who killed Jabari's father. So I think Jabari's on the cusp of finding that out. And when he do, all hell might just break loose. Like, who knows what Jabari might do? I think he gonna go get the strap, because I don't think he gonna let that go. Rex better watch out. Speaking of Rex, when I tell you I laughed my ass off when I seen Rex. Rex got on the nice ass coat with the fur on the thing. He got on this Candyman coat. That coat was sharp though. I ain't even gonna lie. It was sharp. Because Rex always walking around with his shades and stuff like he Joe Cool. Um, Rex got a new problem on his hand, and that problem is Mr. Ray Ray. I am so glad we seeing Ray Ray. We finally seeing him because we've been hearing the name Ray Ray, especially all last season. So now we're finally putting a face to the name. Um, Ray Ray and Rex are about to go to war because shipments of Upsurge's products kept getting hijacked. 3 times this has happened. So Rex went to go see Ray Ray. He went to his strip club or whatever. When Rex got to the door to Ray Ray's office, there was some big bouncer dude standing there, and he tried to put his hand up to stop Rex. All Rex had to do was take them shades off. Rex took them shades off, looked at that man. That man knew to move the hell about his way. Because Rex gave him that look like, boy, if you don't get out my way, I will burn this whole bitch down if you don't move. That's how Rex was looking at him. I said, listen, Rex might be, they sleep on Rex because they think he old. Yeah, he an OG, he older, but Rex can still get gully. Like, do not sleep on Rex Fisher. Rex will get in that ass even at his old age. And Rex ain't even old in my opinion. He just an OG. He older. But Rex will still get down. Like, these young bucks think they could come in town and try to take over shit. Like, Rex is a pushover now that he older, like he up in age. They still think that he ain't about that life. Don't sleep on Mr. Rex now. Don't do that. So Rex pop up in there, and he pretty much put Ray Ray on notice. He like, bruh, you know my reputation. So you know what I do, and you know what I can still do. He was like, let another of my shipments come up missing, we gonna have a problem. Ray Ray was sitting there laughing all up in his face like he about that life because Rex told Ray Ray, you don't want no smoke with me. But Ray Ray was looking at him like, baby, I want all the smoke. I smoke for a living. He was like, I want all the smoke. Bring it. You know what I'm saying? Like Ray Ray he was just undeterred. Like, listen, you could come in here huff puff all you want to, but you ain't blowing shit down around here. That's how Ray Ray was. Ray Ray was as cool as a cucumber in the ice box. He was cool. He was like, listen, you ain't doing nothing over here. Your threats don't faze me, bro. You better take that shit to the 7-Eleven and scare them over there because you ain't scaring nothing around here. I'm here for it. I'm here for Rex versus Ray Ray. So, Tim, I guess, called Rex over or whatever because one of his trucks got the product in it or the missing product or whatever from Upsurge. So basically, Ray Ray set him up, making it look like he's stealing the products for himself. And of course, Tam gonna believe it. They done went and had an emergency board meeting, and they done kicked Rex ass off the board of Upsurge. And I was so pissed at Tam because I'm like, Tam, come on now, stop being so gullible. I so agree with Rex on this one. I'm like, you really think Rex, a member of the board, and I believe a shareholder in the company, you think he would basically mess with his own money like that? Why would he steal product that's going to make him a lot of money? He's a member of the damn company. He's a member of the board. Why? What sense does it make for him to steal his own product? For what? I mean, you got to think. Come on now. She should know a little bit about Rex by now. Like, he don't mess with his own money. And you can tell, like, Rex was pissed because now he see this as a betrayal from her. So now Rex, you already know, once he sees you as an enemy, he gonna be on the warpath. And that's how he sees Tam at this moment. He gonna see her as an enemy. And that's what Tam don't need. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do not want Rex as your problem. Because Rex ain't Victor. That's a whole different beast. But, Rex knew he was being set up or whatever, and he knew who was doing it. Ray Ray. Because at this point, Ray Ray, he trying to take over. He trying to take over Cyprus because he pretty much run Athens. So now he want to move his business, expand his business to Cyprus. So Rex called Josie like, yo, I'm collecting on that favor that you owe me. Because remember, she borrowed money from him. So he had her up in the, at Ray Ray Club or whatever to lure one of Ray Ray men over so he could get the drop on him. So they go out to the woods. He got Josie holding the gun. Josie was standing there holding that gun shaking like a stripper. You know what I'm saying? Just up in there holding the gun like this, like, like she got the tremors. Like, just shaking. You know what I'm saying? Just shaking like a hoe in church. So, Rex was doing Rex. He was beating that dude ass with a hammer. letting them know, like, listen, you gonna tell me what the hell I want to know. He's sitting there talking about, oh, if I tell you, Ray gonna kill me. What you think Rex about to do to your ass? What you think he gonna do to you? So either way, you gonna die. You gonna die either way. So you might as well just tell him what you want to know and go out that way. Um, so he pretty much showed Rex that Ray trying to take over Cyprus and stuff, and he also got a plug. Somebody in Cyprus is helping him. So of course Rex want to know who. And dude talking about I don't know. I believed him at that point because Ray don't strike me as the type to tell anybody that's not a part of his like upper management crew. He ain't gonna tell you who. You know what I'm saying? Like it's on a need to know basis. So I doubt Ray told pretty much anybody about what he doing. So of course Rex ended up taking the gun and boom boom shot him. And Rex gonna hand the gun back to Josie. I said hell no, Josie. Soon as he would have held that gun out, I would have did like this and let that bitch drop to the floor because you ain't about to put my prints on no murder weapon. Because she already now an accessory to murder now because you witnessed the shit. You're an accessory now. Your prints all on the gun. I would have wiped that gun clean too. I would have took me a handkerchief or something and said, I would have scrubbed in and out that gun. Nope. You ain't about to get me down on no murder. Josie is so like naive when it comes to Rex. She should have never did no business with him. I understand she was desperate at the time and she needed to get Miles out of jail, but going to Rex was because his terms and conditions is very different from a bank. Very different. I'm like, sweetie, no. And she's sitting there talking about, oh, since I did that for you, that means my debt is clean. Baby, do you not know Rex Fisher? Your debt ain't clean. And Rex made that shit known. He said, listen, your debt ain't paid until I tell you it's paid. I need you again. Get on out. I'm going to call you when I need you. I'm like, see, when you get in bed with somebody like Rex, you ain't never done with them until they feel you're done. Until then, you ain't done. No, ma'am. So, anyway, moving on from that, Ella May. Ella May stay in a power position. That woman went from first lady of the church to mayor of Cyprus. Now she a special prosecutor and stuff. She working with the DA office. I'll say, look at Ella. Ella keep a job. I'll tell you that much. She don't give a damn. Ella will try to grab any type of power she can get her little hands on. Ella will get it. So at this point, she trying to bring this organ ring down or whatever. So she working with the DA, Tony, or whatever. So she go to question the officer, Officer Richards. So she go question him or whatever about it. And, you know, of course, he trying to act all tough. Oh, I ain't talking. She was like, you gonna talk because, for one, I ain't the DA. She said, I'm not a DA. I'm not a cop. So I ain't got to follow the rules. I could do whatever to you. And she made mention that, dude, if you go to prison, you are a marked man. You are marked for death in prison. Because everybody know that. Officer, come up in there, please. You might as well sign your own death warrant. So he started talking and basically let her know, like, the person that was involved was Rex. It was his trucks. It was his vans and all that stuff that was transporting this shit. So you might want to go talk to your baby daddy. So she go talk to Rex at Upsurge. This fool Rex get up. Soon as she started talking about that organ ring, Rex stopped the whole conversation. So you ain't gonna say hello? He knew what he was doing. Soon as she started talking that organ shit, he shut that conversation down quick and walked over to her, trying to act like he giving her a hug. He said, and he was patting that ass down. I said, listen, Rex was like, mama didn't raise no fool. You ain't about to get me up in here talking about something as illegal as that and think I ain't about to pat your ass down and find out if you wired up and you mic'd up and about to get me on some charges. Absolutely not. So she basically was like, fool, I'm trying to keep your ass out of prison because that officer done snitched on your ass. So you need to give me some type of information. And you know Rex, like, he ain't no snitch, but he gonna give her something on that officer. Since the officer snitched on him, he was like, shit, I might as well snitch on him back. But he ain't gonna give you nothing more than that. And Rex made that clear. I ain't no snitch. I'm not giving you more than that. So he gave her a file or whatever on Officer Richards, which implicates him in the organ, the organ business. They got him dead to rights. So he, at this point, ain't got no choice but to testify and snitch about who his boss is. So Ella had told Tony about it. So Ella goes and has this interview with Anita from the TV station that Levi and Jabari own. Anita was not here for Ella. Because Ella was sitting there spinning. She was the queen of spin. Because she asked her straight up, she said, well, some people feel like you quit and stepped down as being mayor when the constituents in the town needed you most. Um, to go over to the private sector, to the corporate world, and be CEO of Upsurge. She tried to deny that shit so much. Anita looked at her. I seen that eye roll. Anita said, and I seen the way Ella was looking at Anita like, bitch, don't be asking me these questions on TV. I will slap you. Like the looks that they were giving each other, they were just giving each other the eye. Like, listen, we'll beat each other ass right here if these cameras wasn't here. Because Anita was not here for Ella. She knew she was lying. Talking about, oh, we're doing everything. My office is doing everything that we can to shut this down. You know, giving them little political answers, as people do. Little run around, answers and stuff, little run of the mill answers. Anita wasn't here for it. She didn't trust nothing Ella was talking about. So anyway, Christy running around stealing drugs and shit from the hospital because she's still working with my boo Leona on this whole organ business. And then Ella gives the information. She leaks the cops' information to the media, to Levi, who puts it on his TV station and stuff. I want to know the working relationship between Levi and Ella. Like, what is this business arrangement they got? Like, she just leaked stuff to him, and what does he do for her in return? Like, what is this arrangement? Because remember, they was talking at the end of last season. She had a proposition for him, so I want more details in on that. And I'm guessing we're gonna find out as the season progresses. Um, so of course, Ella goes to Officer Richards and shows him the file that Rex done gave her with all the information, so he gonna testify. And she talking to Tony about it or whatever. Tony was out and out flirting with Ella. Tony was trying to get up in that cookie jar. He was talking about digging deep, doing something deep, whatever. Tony was eyeing her up and down. I said, listen, Tony was ready to get her to drop them drawers. He was like, listen, I'll lock the door. We could just do what we got to do. That's how Tony was looking at her. He was giving major bedroom eyes. Um, he basically want to partner up with Ella even more because he's impressed with her skills. So he want her to help him take down all the major crime syndicates in Cyprus. Um, Mainly, including Rex. And Ella was like, listen, the only thing her and Rex share is a grown ass child. That's all they share. She said, if I got to take him down, I will take him down. But what Ella need to understand is, listen, with this Ray Ray threat in town, she may have to work with him. You know what I'm saying? Because Ray Ray is going to be a much bigger problem. So she might not have a choice but to, work with Rex on this again because y'all got a bigger issue at hand. And Leona is at her wits end with this because she was like, listen, she told Christy, we got to do something. She was like, we got to do something because your mama getting way too close and we need to shut that down. Because Christy was all nervous and stuff when she saw Anita on the news talking about Ella and this investigation and stuff like that. Because I wonder what Ella gonna do when she find out her daughter is working with Leona and this shit. Like, hopefully Christy is working to cover her ass on this. Like, hopefully she got some type of evidence against Leona, something like to where she could say, well, I was working undercover, something to save her ass this time around. You know what I mean? Like, be smart, Christy. Christy really gotta be smart about this one. Cause she done got herself in so many jams that Ella and Leona had to constantly get her out of. Like, you need to be smart. Get yourself out this one. Um, so anyway, moving on from that, they done got to the jail cell to go talk to the officer or whatever to get his statement, his testimony or whatever. Somebody done killed his ass. Now Officer Richards is dead. I'm not even surprised because my thing was Ella should have never leaked that information. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't public knowledge that they had Officer Richards in custody and stuff like that. Now that you leaked it to the public, it's out there now. He's a marked man. Should have never put that out there. I'm like, damn. Now he done got. So that blows their case up now because now you don't have a name of who he was working for. And Rex ain't going to tell you nothing because Rex probably don't even know who he was technically working for. Because you know how people do. Officer Richards was probably the middleman in all this. So what else you got, you ain't got no evidence. I don't know how they going to get out this mess. Um, So anyway, moving on from that, I feel bad for Kendrick. Like he's still dreaming about Stacia and stuff like that. I love the little bond that he got with Christy and stuff, and Christy encouraged him. She was like, "Listen, why don't you do something to honor Stacia?" And the way to do that is by finding out who her biological mother was. So, of course, that leads him to Lady Bird. Lady Bird is so hilarious. Like he's sitting there talking about, well, since you couldn't help Stacia when she was alive and tell her the truth when she was alive, at least you could do is tell her, tell me in death. She was like, yeah, if your ass to stay dead this time. I love Leona. Leona with the shade. I love her. Um, Leona just don't be giving a damn. So she basically told Kendrick that Stacia's birth mother is in Athens. That fool gonna say Athens, Georgia. Kendrick, stop acting slow. Kendrick be acting slow sometimes. Like, Kendrick, where you think she at? Yeah, in Cyprus, Georgia. What do you think? And Leona was looking at him like, boy, do I need to paint you a map? Cyprus, Athens. Yo, I cannot. Um, so he ended up finding the apartment or whatever for the mom. I guess her name was Ann or whatever. So the neighbor was like, "Oh, she not home. She at work, and you gonna have to pay a cover charge." Soon as the neighbor said a cover charge, I said that screams strip club when you say cover charge. And even Kendrick was like, "Cover charge." I'm like, "Yeah, cover charge. It's that kind of cover. It's that kind of job." Um, so he went up in there, and I think Josie was up in there. I think that's the same club. Is that the same club Josie was at? I don't know, but I think it was. But so he go up in there. Some chick come out on the stage, that a dancer come out that they announced as Sapphire, and I look, and Kendrick looked. It was fucking Stacia. I said, wait a minute, Stacia on the pole now. I said, hold up. Either he daydreaming or Stacia got a twin. I don't know, but I'm like, or unless y'all pulling some Days of Our Lives shit and y'all roofied the real Stacia, got her out that car before it blew up, and now she thinks she a stripper or something. Like she done had that baby and thinks she a stripper now. Cause I'm like, hold up, who is this woman? I said, nah, wait a minute. He must be daydreaming. Cause I said, Stacia backing that thing up. I said, hold up, y'all better get it together. Hold on now. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all all thought about this episode. I will see y'all all later. Y'all have a great night. Peace.